Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. All right, I am finally having some me time here in Taiwan. Most of my family have gone home. My grandmother's funeral was last week, and I'm staying in a hostel in northern Taiwan. And one thing that really hit me about my life is that I want to move here because the cost of networking with people here isn't prohibitive. I often feel over in Phoenix, or more generally the United States, there's a huge paywall to good social life, right? Have you ever tried to open a web page and there's a paywall? Let's say you're reading this juicy story about how Biden just got a DUI the other day, and you can see Biden DUI, and then all of a sudden a paywall hits you, right? That's social life over here in the United States, right? You get something juicy that you want to go, oh, but it's going to cost you a small fortune, right? Especially if you also want to get ahead in life, right? Right now, as I speak, I'm trying to save up for some art projects. You know, I do need to make a name for myself with the art, and I still need to accumulate a ton of bismuth for that big Buddha that I want to pour, right? And not to mention all the gear that's going to go into it. It's hard to put that aside when you're also trying to have a social life, right? Over in the United States. Granted, here in Taiwan, people probably don't make enough to ever think about accumulating bismuth anyway, but still, we can have a good social life, right? I've been using this opportunity to network as much as possible. In fact, the other day over in Phoenix, my instinct is to that I can't afford to eat out and I cook every meal at home. But here in Taiwan, it's actually cooking at home that is more expensive. Not just more expensive, but more consuming in bandwidth, right? What do I mean by that? Well, it's still cheaper financially to eat at home here in Taiwan. Yeah, I will give you that, but it's not that much cheaper anymore. And you want to be networking with people, and there's a restaurant every other store, right? And yeah, for someone like me, I have to ask a lot of questions. I have allergies, but you know what? Those questions are a great opportunity to slip in a joke or two, or to maybe even ask a girl out while doing it, right? Not that I've tried that yet, but if I were living here permanently, sure, right? And also, the flow of things, right? Over in Phoenix, not only does it cost more to eat out, but obviously nothing is really walking distance, so you're not even saving all that much time anymore. Or you have to compromise where you're eating out, right? Maybe you have a few places that are kind of along the way from work anyway, right? And just not a whole lot of networking opportunity. The truth is that before COVID-19, I used to come here to Taiwan almost every year, sometimes twice a year. And the truth is that I often, in a given year, had more meaningful conversations with the people I had in Taiwan over a 2-3 week period than I had the rest of the year back home. I'm not exaggerating when I say that. The opportunity to do it back home just wasn't there. And sometimes I'll read online, hey, what should I, how should I do this, or how should I do that? And I can digest it, right? For example, some tips on some pickup lines I could use on the next girl that I know, or my weakness is that I go to a loud environment. The people here in Taiwan are not loud, but over in Phoenix, how do I cut into a loud conversation like that? And I can read all these tips, and it's like, gee, I understand it, but where do I get to do it, right? The practice of it is where the difficulty comes in, right? All right. But continue to pray for me. The first thing I'm gonna do when I go, I got some inspiration from seeing some of the art here. I got a few art projects I want to try out, and I got a big Lego masterpiece I'm going to put together. Nothing worthy of submitting to anywhere, but I ordered about 5,000 Lego pieces to put together a portrait of Mary Curry. But I'm going to hang that on my office to get the conversations going. Continue to pray that I make a lot of connections and pray that I hit a windfall of some sort I really could use, and I have a lot of ideas on where to deploy that. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.